Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We'll go straight to the stories that has been lined up on the program this evening. Let's begin with boxing, and where the Nigerian Boxing Federation say they are committed. They echoes their obligation to the International Boxing Association. We know what is going on with IBA now. Another body of IBA was constituted a separate body, and it has been power tussle in that association, that is the International Boxing Association. Well, I thought it's only in Nigeria we used to see some things like this, but right now it's also happening at the international scene. But for the Nigerian Boxing Federation, they say they recognize only just one body, and that is the body that is also recognized by the International Olympic Committee, that is IOC. Now, for the Nigerian Boxing Federation, they echoes their obligation to IBA. They want every other association that was formed or whatever that was created that, hey, Nigerian Boxing Federation, we don't belong to any other body. We belong to the body that is recognized by the IOC. And it's coming from the vice president of that federation, that is Nigerian Boxing Federation, Omo Agege. And this one is actually a tough one. But at the end of the day, I believe the IOC recognized just one body, that is one IBA, that is the International Boxing Association. And that is where NBF, the Nigerian Boxing Federation, say they are pitching their tent, and that is the body they are affiliated to. So any other body that is formed, created, or whatever sanctioned, Nigerian Boxing Federation is not part of that. Okay, I have Isaac Omidiji joining me again this evening on the program Sports Update. Isaac, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Manuel. Good evening.
Right. Now, the NBF, that is Nigerian Boxing Federation, say, hey, we don't belong to any other body. We belong to the one that the IOC recognized, that is the International Boxing Association. And Omo Agege, the vice president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation, say NBF, Nigerian Boxing Federation, belongs to the IOC IBA.
I don't blame the Nigerian Boxing Association Federation because in this kind of situation, you need to play smart and play safe. So to play safe is to stay with the body internationally recognized. And currently, the body that is internationally recognized by the International Olympic Committee is International Basketball Association (IBA). So the parallel body formed to World Boxing is not yet recognized. And no one country is also even part of that World Boxing. So why would the Nigeria case be different? So we need to play safe, and they are playing safe. What if the Nigeria Boxing Federation is going to change leadership of any international body? It has to be the board of directors and by the Congress. And this has been, none of this has happened. So why the rush? Why not play safe? And I'm very happy that Omagege, who is the vice president, came out and gave this. Let us know the position of the federation. This is very good. You play safe with the body that is international records. Because if you are leaving the IBA now for World Boxing, you will not have the opportunity to even compete in Olympics or competition organized by the International Committee. So you need to take decision, and I think presently this is the right decision. Anything otherwise stated, that is when the NBF should probably IBA. But as long as it's the way now, the current situation, they are still very standing.
Yes, Isaac is not a basketball federation. It's a Nigerian Boxing Federation. And for the International Boxing Federation, they say no, we don't recognize any other parallel body that is formed. And the Nigerian Boxing Federation also say the one that we belong to is the one that the IOC recognize. So which any other one that is formed, well, they know where to take their association to, and they should have countries that are under them. Okay, let's leave boxing story and talk some football administrative story right now. And we're going to be talking about our own league. It's our league. We must promote it, our own. Now, let's go straight, as it's been said in Nigeria, let's go straight to the NNL, where Now NNL from this is coming hard from Abraman, the new man at the top of the NNL affairs, and now he has warned, advised over final registration, that is telling all the clubs, if you don't meet up with your final registration within this week, then you should forget playing in the NNL that will be kicking off on the 28th of October. Now, Isaac, I'm always worried when clubs are being reminded to come for registration. These are something, these things you don't need to be reminded. I wonder why we're having this issue again, this kind of issue in our own league in Nigeria.
How will I want to go to the university and I'll be reminded that I need to sit for JAM or apply for JAM? I'm liking this situation too now. How will you be reminded, or why should you be reminded and you should register? Now, see, they're even begging you to register. I'll give you this notice because it is a standard. It's what should be done. And probably, I don't know, probably the NLL organizers did not set the deadline before. They've set the deadline. Why the reminder? Why should you tell them? They shouldn't register or in their house. Because the fact is, some don't even know what to do. Some clubs manage as if they are mushroom clubs. So we need to up our game and up it right from the NLL. Remember, it's considered or it's said to be the most difficult, most important league. So why are we running it this way? So if clubs will the top management or administrative league to appeal to them to register, then that's a big problem.
Dr. Ayo Abrahaman has actually warned all of this club, has advised them that if you don't do your registration, then you should forget playing it in the NNL, and we have only 4 teams, so be it. But I feel sorry for some of our club administrators, how they handle things. You don't need to be reminded. You don't hear all of this kind of story in Europe. Or you go and remind a championship side to come and register, or you go tell the teams like Manchester United, come and do your registration. No, they know that this is what is obtainable, and they will do it before they even tell them. So I still see that we are far behind. We need to get all of these abnormalities out of our football, club football in Nigeria. Okay, let's leave that story now and go straight to Europe. We will be starting from the German Bundesliga, where there were actions over the weekend. Victor Boniface cannot stop assisting, cannot stop also scoring. Now, he didn't get a goal over the weekend, but he had an assist. Okay, these are the results of some of the games that went down over the weekend. FC Union Berlin lost at home to VfB Stuttgart 3-0. SC Freiburg 2-1 to VfL Bochum 1848. Darmstadt 98 1, RB Leipzig 3. Hoffenheim 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 3, Wolfsburg 1, and Bayer Leverkusen, the team of Victor Boniface, they got 2 goals against Wolfsburg at home. 2-1 it ended, and Victor Boniface getting an assist in that particular game. And then Mainz 05 were trashed at home by Bayern Munich 3-1. Kane also putting his name on the score sheet. Now let's have the German Bundesliga table. Let's look at the table. Let's see how they are standing after match day 8. Now we have Bayer Leverkusen still topping the table with 22 points with 18 goal difference. VfB Stuttgart is on the second position after 8 games, 17 goal difference and 21 points. Bayern Munich has 20 points, occupying the 3rd position. Borussia Dortmund is on the 4th position with 20 points. After 8 games, we have Leipzig on the 5th position with 17 points. Hoffenheim is on the 6th position with 15 points. Eintracht Frankfurt is on the 7th position with 13 points. Freiburg is on the 8th position with 13 points. And Wolfsburg is on the 9th position with 12 points. Wolfsburg that was beaten by the table toppers Bayer Leverkusen. And Augsburg is on the 10th position with 8 points. Isaac Omidiji, before we have the second side of the table, before we have it, now for Victor Boniface, he was not on the score sheet, but he was on the assist in that particular game against the team they actually played. Now, for Victor Boniface, he has been fantastic for Bayer Leverkusen.
Very, very fantastic. And the most important thing is he must continue to be relevant. And now will he remain relevant? scoring goals, creating assists, being in wonderful performances week in, week out, and he has continued to do that. And Leverkusen got at top of the table. And it might be as probably it's still early, but it ends this way. So for Victor, he has proven that he is a good player, a player that we should look forward to, and a player that we miss the African Cup of Nations. So probably should continue to give his best, but it will look as if he has sown a great seed that will help people when they talk from the African Cup of Nations. So kudos to Victor Boniface. If you can also assist the others to score.
Yes, if you cannot score, assist others to score. Okay, let's have the second side of the German Bundesliga table and see how other teams are standing. We have 18 of them playing in that particular league. We have FC Hidem on the 11th position with -8 goal difference, 7 points. Darmstadt 98 is on the 12th position with 7 points with -9 goal difference. We have Borussia Mönchengladbach on the 13th position, -5 with 6 points. Werder Bremen is on the 14th position, -6 with 6 points, and Union Berlin is on the 50th position with after 8 games -6 goal difference and 6 points, and FC Cologne is on the 16th position, I beg your pardon, with -8 goal difference and 4 points. Bochum is on the 17th position with 4 points, and Mainz 05 is on the 18th position, the last team on the German Bundesliga table with just 2 points. That means they've had 2 draws inside 8 games. They've lost 6. That is what it means. Okay, let's leave the German Bundesliga and go straight to another important league in Europe. It is the top 5 leagues we're talking about. We've talked about other leagues in the morning show, and now we're talking about others in the evening show. Now let's go straight to La Liga. La Liga also, there were actions, and particular young man in the German La Liga history for Barcelona as a team, as a club, for the first time ever, a young chap for Barcelona will score in the league for quite a fastest goal, I beg your pardon. Barcelona won against Atletico Bilbao. Maguire got that goal for Barcelona. Las Palmas lost at home to Rayo 1-0. Girona trashed Almeria 5-2. Villarreal 1, Alaves 1. Real Sociedad 1. Mallorca 0. And Getafe and Real Betis ended on 1-1 affairs. Sevilla and Real Madrid, they scored 2 goals in that particular game. 1-1 it ended. And Celta Vigo were trashed by Atletico Madrid at home, 3-0 in favor of Atletico Madrid. Let's look at the table. Let's see how they are standing. Real Madrid scoring an own goal against themselves and then also equalizing. Real Madrid still top the table with 25 points with 14 goal difference, and then followed by Girona, who also after 10 games have 25 points with 11 goal difference. Barcelona is following on the 3rd position with 24 points. Atletico Madrid is on the 4th with 22 points. Real Sociedad is on the 5th position with 18 points. Athletic Bilbao is on the 6th position with 17 points. And Rayo Vallecano is on the 7th position with 16 points. Real Betis is on the 8th position with 14 points. And Osasuna is on the 9th position with 13 points, and Valencia is on the 10th position with 11 points. Isaac, for Real Madrid, it was 1-1 against Sevilla. They scored an own goal, and Carvajal actually got them that equalizer. So for Real Madrid, at times they do well, at times they just go to sleep.
It's actually not an easy game for Real. I will see it and describe it as Sergio Ramos versus Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos played on a very important particular game. He was very instrumental forward and even the defense. He prevented him from scoring on so many occasions. On occasions, it took Kepa Arrizabalaga have thwarted his effort of even scoring against Real Madrid. It was the first one, and good to key Real Madrid. They were going to get the equalizer by Dan Carvajal from a wonderful header from a crossing, and it ended 1-1. This is the form Real Madrid this season from getting some more points. So it was a tough game. And come to Barcelona again from bringing up the very young lad, giving you and getting a goal for Real. I mean, Barcelona have that history and have that pedigree. I hope that in his future will, they'll be well guided. Presently, he shouldn't see this as an opportunity to have a long euphoria over this goal. For Barcelona, they need to also start working that team. The team seems to be losing game by game.
Yes, they need to start working on that team. And for the young man that got the goal for Barcelona, that was the fastest goal in Barcelona history since creation of that club in La Liga. Okay, let's have the second side of the table. The second half of the table, we now have Getafe on the 11th position with 11 points. Las Palmas is on the 12th position with 11 points. Sevilla, 13th position with 9 points. Villarreal, 9 points on the 14th position. Cadiz also have 9 points on the 15th position. Alaves, 16 with 9 points. Mallorca is on the 17th position with 8 points. Celta Vigo is on the 18th position with 6 points. Granada, 6 points, 19th position. And Almeria, they are still on the 20th position with 3 points, with minus 16 goal difference. Okay, let's leave the La Liga and head straight to Ligue 1, where there were actions over the weekend also. We had actions in Ligue 1 for PSG. They got their win. I think they are trying to put their acts together and see how they can better their season in the French Ligue 1. So let's have the results of Ligue 1, and probably we'll look at the table. But for the La Liga, it was a fantastic one over the weekend for all of the teams that actually play. But for Real Madrid, well, they keep in search of another win when next weekend comes calling, and you know that it's going to be the battle of the big teams in La Liga. That is the Clásico between Barcelona and Real Madrid. The result against Sevilla was not the result they needed, but at the end of the day, they actually got a nice 1-1 draw for this man, their former player Sergio Ramos. He was instrumental to that draw for Sevilla, and at the end of the day, he had some issues, scuffle with the team, some brawl. But after the game, he went to the dressing room, greeted everybody, hugged them, they laughed, smiled, and that is what it is, the sportsmanship. Let's have Ligue 1 result, and then probably we'll look at the table quickly if we can have the result. But now the result is on the screen for Ligue 1. We have Lorient against Rennes 2-1. Lille pipped Brest 1-0. Nantes 2, and for Moses Simon, he was fantastic in that game, also getting an assist. That is his fourth assist of the season. 2-0 against Montpellier. Toulouse 1, Reims 1, Monaco 2, Metz 1, Lyon 1, Clermont Foot 2, and PSG trashed Strasbourg 3-0. And for Nice, it was 1-0 against that's a mixed result. I beg your pardon right there. That's a mixed result. It's not Nice against Nice. Okay, it's against Le Havre. 1-0 it ended in favor of Nice. Now, for Isaac Omidiji, before we can have the table on the screen, the first side of the table on the screen, while we quickly talk about Moses Simon in Nantes. Good performance for him, getting his fourth assist of the season. Now, Moses Simon is back to life in Nantes.
Yes, we know Simon to be a good crosser of the ball, and a provide assist over the years, and someone that is always very precise. But we need him to do that more often and consistently. He has not been consistent. He needs to stop playing more, showcase just himself, but be a good assist of the game. Because when you continue to those statistics working for you, all those things improves your rating, and also give you chances of playing in every game, and also improve your impact even in the national team. But when you continue to be a selfish player, your impact is going to reduce. So for Nantes and for Moses Simon, it's a good one for them. And to be hearing it every week and seeing it every week that Simon is creating at least a goal.
Yes, every weekend Moses Simon should be creating at least a goal. That is what he's back doing for Nantes. Let's have the table before we leave the French Ligue 1 and take some transfer stories on the show. Okay, Monaco sits at the top of the table with 20 points. First position, Nice is on the second position with 19 points. PSG is following up, chasing on the third position with 18 points. Lille with 15 points. Fourth position, Brest is on the fifth position with 15 points. Reims is on the sixth position position with 14 points. And we have Nantes on the 7th position with 14 points. Marseille is on the 8th position with 12 points. Rennes, 9th position with 11 points. And Toulouse is following them on the 10th position with 11 points. Let's have the second side of the table quickly. Let's see the second half of Ligue 1 table. We have Le Havre on the 11th position with 10 points, minus 2 goal difference. Lorient is on the 12th position, minus 4 with 10 points. And we have Strasbourg, 13th position with 10 points, minus 6 goal difference, 13th position for them. That's Strasbourg. Montpellier is on the 14th position with 9 points. Lens, 9 points, 15th position. Metz is on the 16th position with minus 8 points. And we have Clermont Foot on the 17th position with 5 points. And Lyon is on the 18th position with 3 points. Lyon continues to fumble in the French Ligue 1. Okay, let's leave the leagues. We've talked about all of the leagues right now. Let's quickly take some transfer stories that we might see happen in January. That is when the transfer windows open. Okay, let's quickly take this one. It concerns Liverpool. Now they are eyeing Sporting Lisbon, Goncalo Inacio. This guy is a fantastic midfielder. It's not only Liverpool. We have Manchester United also chasing this guy. Man City also in there. Arsenal also in there. So now Liverpool has also joined these other clubs I mentioned in chasing this fantastic young midfielder. 22 years of age, Sporting Lisbon, Goncalo Inacio. Isaac Omidije, now for this fantastic young man, I think Sporting used to, at least, they produce young players.
Not just young players, but good ones. And this is Goncalo, who proved to be a young, effective defender and a player that has seen so many interests coming in for him. I watched him for Portugal during the international break. I realized and understood better why most clubs are calling signature, and is a player that we can go to in the next future. Presently, I think that team with some of the best players across Europe is Portugal. And like any Portuguese player now, is a good player. And for Sporting Lisbon, they've found out wonderful players. Remember, Bruno Fernandes left Sporting Lisbon, Manchester United. Every player that has left Sporting Lisbon have been doing very well.
Okay, let's leave that story now and talk about another fantastic young man. He's a Nigerian, but he's playing for the German national team. Jamal Musiala, Manchester City, also joining this race for Jamal Musiala of Bayern Munich. This guy, 153 appearances for Bayern Munich in all competition from his youth age, 33 goals. But this season, he has scored 3 goals so far. He's a midfielder. Now, Manchester City, want this guy, Isaac Omidije. He's a Nigerian. I would have loved this guy to come and play for Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Did we just to invite him? What did he show in home?
I think Genetra sometimes made effort.
Well, for Musiala, he's more of a German, and he has been playing for the German national. He also qualified to even play for England as well. But for England, so it's only Nigeria. So Musiala is not just even only Man City interested. Liverpool also very interested. It was just he is a player that is, I would like Bellingham. The way he dominates the midfield, goes forward, the way he's relentless, and he's proven to be one of the youngest best players in Europe. So for Man City, I will not be surprised. But I have eyes for good players. So any player Man City is going for, you should know that profit. But Man City should be careful because Liverpool are also very interested in signing this young.
Yes, Liverpool also interested, like you said, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United. These 3 clubs are chasing this guy right now. But for Manchester City, they just enter into that race. Okay, before we go on the show, Isaac Omidije, your legend, the team you support in Europe, a legend, Sir Bobby Charlton, joined his, went to the great beyond over the weekend, and it's a painful one for all Manchester United fan, Manchester United himself. This guy won a couple of leagues, for 3 leagues title for Manchester United, and you remember that famous 1968 Champions League final, the only survivor of that squad.
A sad one that Bobby Charlton has gone. He has gone to join his ancestors. That's what you wanted to say. Not just only the Nigerian ancestors, even the white also have ancestors. So an ambassador who has been a great player, a great advisor, a great support staff for Manchester United. You can't referenced him to be one of the greatest that the world has seen. And don't forget, this is a legend in football. I mean, to Manchester, to England.
Okay.
And remember that he was also survived the Munich disaster and continue to live in streams and have to be a great for England and for Manchester. For the last 3-4 years, it has not been too much because of dementia, but great talented that this great man has been with our club and to England.
All right, that is where we'll leave it on Sports Update this evening. Isaac, thanks for joining me on the show this evening again after you joined me in the morning. God bless you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much, man.
Okay, that is where we'll leave it on Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Thanks for watching.